This is the cheapest gaming setup you can buy on AliExpress. This headset costs $1.49. This here is a mini PC, it costed $329. We might turn it into a Minecraft server and we're gonna test all of these items to find out which ones are worth buying. Now I wanna start with unboxing this mini PC. I've seen a lot of these on AliExpress. This was one of the cheapest ones, it was $329. And I think it definitely lives up to its name because this is tiny. And besides the power cable, there's pretty much nothing in the box, which thinking about it, maybe it's normal. You got the case, you got a cable, like what else do you need? Now we cannot test the PC before the rest of the setup is here, so we're gonna build it as fast as possible. I'm really excited to see this whole setup because, fun fact, the only two products that were above $10 are the PC and the monitor. All the other ones are like $2, $5, $4. You have to build the stand yourself. Maybe I shouldn't use an electric screwdriver for this. Now, I do not recommend buying a monitor from AliExpress. We got scammed hard on this one. We paid $200. It's a monitor from a previous video. Apparently, it's 165 Hz, 27 inch and also 1080p. But they did give us a DisplayPort cable, so at least that's a win. Now, let's hope the PC does have a DisplayPort. And there we go, we have one. I am so excited about this mini PC. This is really cool. Now, before we continue building this setup, I want to quickly thank the sponsor of today's video, Owned. Want to live stream but not spend days on finding great stream graphics? Owned Pro is the ultimate stream graphics companion. It now features the scene builder, which allows you to very quickly set up a complete overlay by choosing one of their free or premium designs. After personalizing your overlay, you can add it as a browser source in OBS Studio and boom, you have your first complete streaming scene. You can also add your own stream graphics, and with their live widgets, labels like recent follower are easily customizable to fit your design. And it gets better because Owned Pro now also features a new AI assistant. You can ask it any streaming related questions, for example ideas for channel point rewards. Owned Pro is completely free to use, but in case you want to upgrade, there will be a discount code in the description. Now for the microphone, first I found this one here and this was $9.21 and I was about to order that, but then I found this one here. It's basically the same microphone without a pop filter and it was $8.54. However, a bit after that I was searching for a cheap keyboard and then this one popped up on the side. Basically it's an even smaller version of the previous mic and it was $3.29, and that's this microphone right here. It comes with an XLR to aux cable that you can just plug into the mic. The build quality is what you would expect. Look at this, you can basically just open the whole mic, like look at this. Also the yellow accent that you see right here is just a rubber band. Now let's try to reassemble the microphone. I'm gonna connect it to my audio recorder. Okay, hello, test. I think it should be working. I cannot really preview it right now, but this is how the microphone sounds. This is the mic far away from my mouth. This is the mic really close to my mouth, and I guess we'll hear it in the edit. Now, as far as I know, the microphone didn't come with a stand, so that will be hard to use while gaming. I hope we can find it later. Maybe it's somewhere here in the studio. I guess we'll have to see about that. Now, next, this was the cheapest keyboard I could find, and this was the cheapest mouse I could... Okay, I don't know what this is. I hope it's the USB. And usually the boxes of keyboards from Wish, AliExpress, Temu, they all get destroyed in shipping. I'm not sure why, but it always happens with keyboards. However, for AliExpress standards, it's still fine, which is very sad that this is the norm. But let's check it out because we have another option as well. I have to be very honest here. I've tested a bunch of cheap China keyboards. Usually they feel very mushy. I don't know how to say it, but it feels like there's dirt under the keycaps and you're kind of pushing into it. This keyboard is clicky enough, the buttons feel decent. So for about $3, I'm excited to check this out. Now the mouse, I'm curious to unbox this one. Alright, now it looks good, it looks like metal. It does feel like plastic though, it's just matte plastic. The mouse says 2.5 GHz wireless 6D gaming mouse. Now the price of this mouse was $4.29, but it had 3,000 reviews and most of them were very positive. So I'm very curious to test this mouse. This was the noise, and we need batteries. The only thing on the back is an on and off switch, so let's turn it on. Alright, and we can plug the wireless USB in the back of the PC. There are are 4 USB 2.0 ports on the back, 3 USB 3 ports here, and also a card reader. Let's plug in the keyboard as well. I am so excited to test out this mini PC. Let's put the mouse here already as well, and I'm really looking forward to testing the other keyboard combo that we bought. It was even cheaper than this one, and we'll check it out later. Alright, now it's time to do a first test of the PC. As you can see, I've never tested it myself. I'm really curious to see what's gonna show up on the screen when we turn it on for the first time. I did watch some gaming benchmarks. This is the video that uses the same CPU, and they're getting decent FPS in a lot of games. Even Red Dead Redemption in 1080p gets about 55 FPS. So the PC has 64 GB of memory, 265 GB SSD. CPU is a Ryzen 7 5800H, who has an integrated GPU that should be decent for 1080p gaming. So I think the screen is turned on, so we can launch the PC. I'm really curious. Ooh, the logo shows up in blue on top. It wasn't there before. That's really cool actually. And there's something appearing on the screen already. Okay, let's see if Windows is properly installed, and it seems like it is. Ooh, look at that. Now we currently do not have a network, so I'm gonna connect a network cable, and this port in the wall should give us a signal. Now when you install a new high refresh rate display, go to advanced display, and then make sure that you change the refresh rate to the highest possible. Because right now at 144, everything feels so much more smooth. I'm currently installing Minecraft on this mini PC. I'm really curious to check it out later. Now for the headset, I bought two options. One of these is $1.5 and the other one is $3.8. And the funny thing is that this is actually the cheaper one. So we're gonna keep the premium $3.8 headset for later. The $1.5 one has a clever ergonomic design and high quality leather cushions. So I am very curious to check out $1.5 leather cushions. What is coming out of this box? There is so much dust on this headset. Now these cushions do look and kind of feel like leather, obviously fake leather, but they're definitely not premium, and I really wonder how it's gonna feel when I put this feels like such a crappy headset. It's very hard on the top as well. I don't think there's even a cushion on top. This headband is just all plastic, but who am I to judge? We're gonna plug it in. So I just put on a song on YouTube, and I can already hear something. It is very quiet, but there should be a volume wheel here. Okay, now I can make it louder. There's a drop now. Okay, there's pretty much no bass. However, it is definitely usable, and for $1.5, I mean, it's a wonder it even works. And I just replaced my own mic with this headset mic, so this is what it sounds like. I'm really curious to hear it in the edit. Now, for the mouse pads, I have a very interesting test. This mouse pad is small, thin and cheap, and then this mouse pad is big, thick and expensive. So for this mousepad here, it's in a style that a lot of people like. I also think it was the best selling one on AliExpress. It is 10 by 12 inches and the thickness is 2 millimeters, which is thinner than most gaming mousepads. And then this one is 16 by 36 inches, which is a very popular size, and the thickness is 3 millimeters. So what I mostly wanted to see is if 2 millimeters is gonna be too thin, but if I feel it out right now and compare it to this one here, I don't really think it would be a problem. So I do think that this is a great option if you're looking for a budget gaming setup. Well, it could be a bit bigger. There are different sizes with all these mousepads, so taking one that's a bit bigger without going for a full desk one would be a better option. The price of this mousepad here was $1.95, which is extremely cheap. So if you spend about $4 to $5, you would get a bigger one. And then this one over here, this is obviously a bigger one. It also fits together with the mouse. And the price of this mousepad was $12. I'm honestly impressed with the AliExpress mousepads. Now I found out something else. The keyboard does have RGB, you just need to manually turn it on. And it's also literal red, green, and blue. We also have the premium headset here and then the keyboard and the mouse combo. The whole combo was about $5. Now we also bought a webcam for streaming. I tested it in my previous webcam comparison, it was $6, and I'm not gonna waste too much time on it because it was extremely crappy. However, we do have to test the whole setup. Now this here is very interesting because LED panels are never cheap. Not on Wish, AliExpress, Temu, I don't care. You pretty much never find them below $15. However, a monitor light bar, you can find this for about $8. I'm not sure, you will see it on the screenshot. So I wanted to test if you can use this as a face fill light. Okay, it doesn't come with a stand. It's double-sided tape in order to tape the light to your wall instead. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it here on the desk. I'm gonna add it to the PC as well. And let's see if it turns on. It doesn't. Maybe later when it's charged. Now, it is time to test the premium headset. Well, premium, it's $3.8. I'm really curious to test if it will sound better than this $1.5 one. It does feel better though. The cushions are also fake leather, but they do feel softer. So let's plug it in and then listen to the same mix. I was looking for the mouse. Let's play the same mix. Okay, I can hear it. It does sound better. There's a bit more bass. Now, of course, it does sound cheap, like what do you expect? But it does sound very decent. There's a bit of like clicks, noise, like from a badly connected microphone, like those kind of clicks. But actually now they're gone. So overall, this is a great headset for the price. And I just connected the headset to my recorder. I do see it moving, so it should be working. I cannot hear it right now, but this is how the mic sounds. This is how it sounds when I talk quiet. And then, hey, this is a bit louder. So I'm definitely a fan of the more expensive headset. Now, this keyboard combo, I think I do know my opinion already. The mouse is gonna be very crappy. Also, this is how I expect keyboard boxes to arrive. Completely destroyed. This is worse than the previous one. And a funny thing is that the logo right here is the exact same position and size as the one over here. So the base models of these keyboards are the same, I think. So I'm gonna plug in this keyboard as well. The RGB turns on immediately. And this is actually fading RGB instead of the other one that's just like RG and B. And typing on this, the keyboard does feel a bit more smooth, a bit more high quality. If I need to explain how this one feels, it's like one of those Microsoft keyboards. However, the keys are very loose and they just keep moving. The click itself feels pretty good, but the keys definitely wobble, and it's the same thing with this one here. The mouse itself is one of those typical cheap gaming mice. I think it will be RGB, so I'm gonna plug it in, and there we go. It has a color. I mean, using it now, it does feel decent. Now, for overall PC use, browsing around, both of these mice will do the job. It's just when you go into gaming and stuff that the tracking becomes important, and then I wouldn't trust any of these. This is wireless though, so it's $4. This one here, well, it came with the keyboard, so let's say $1. Oh, and by the way, before we start the game, I also found this stand here. It got lost in the studio, so we can shove the mic into that. So that will definitely be better. I don't like this keyboard. The look of it is kinda, I don't know. It screams AliExpress. Same with this mouse. This is even worse. I'm gonna stick with the separate products we bought, and I'm gonna test some games on this mini PC. Okay, now I just finished benchmarking everything. I was giving live commentary, but my microphone wasn't recording. It's the headset here that was $3.5. So what I will do right now is I will record voiceover and then show everything that I just recorded. Basically, what it comes down to is that I tested Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on the absolute lowest graphics. It was very blurry for me, and still there was some kind of delay. The FPS was about 36 on average, so that's not really playable, especially for an FPS game. However, after that I tried Minecraft and it was very smooth. I did get a blue screen of death at some point. After that one occurrence, it didn't happen anymore. And on Minecraft, on the standard fancy settings, we got an average of 147 FPS with a minimum of 83. So for games like that, this is absolutely playable, and I'm not sure why, but I'm really interested in this mini PC. It's just a mini block that you buy and that just works. It has Windows 11, it can play some games. I just think it's cool. But of course, as a gaming PC, this isn't really a good option. Even at $329, I think you would be able to build something more stable and powerful, because this also has a laptop CPU, but I think it's a very cool thing. If you want to see more content like this or gadgets videos, we do a lot of those. Definitely subscribe to the channel. You can follow us on Instagram. We have daily behind the scenes there on the stories. And besides that, this video might look very interesting to you because it's a recommended one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day.